Okay, welcome to House of EDH. It has been a while since I did any deck tag because I'm really so lazy with the post-production, but today I feel like sharing this Captain America version. It's okay, as we all know, it's this whole Voltron commander throws out equipment and stuff like this, and I've decided to do a very non optimized version of him because he's actually surprisingly oppressive, because every time when you swing out this equipment, you can pretty much clear the board for your opponent if you have some really good combo piece. So I'm playing mostly casual these days with some of my friends, so I wanted to make things easy for them, and I also want to make the deck a little bit more challenging for myself as well. So yeah, I did this very interesting way, I would say, self-proclaimed interesting. So I have as much as possible, I try to use legendary creatures as well as universes beyond creatures, right? So there are 25 of them in the deck, including Captain America. So 25 creatures. You can see like Dustin, Ryu, Optimus Prime, Pure Steel Paladin, but it's from the Fallout version of it. This is the Lord of the Ring version of this giant. And then of course I got the whole Civil War inside, Iron Man, Cassandra. So this deck used to be a Boros equipment deck, and then I put it into this Jeskai one instead. So Cassandra is great. Card draws and ETB, immediately finding an equipment as well. One of the biggest challenges for equipment deck, it's actually balancing the number of equipment and the creatures, and as well as drawing the creatures at the same time. And of course, spiked quite a fair bit in terms of the aftermarket sales since the launch of Captain America as well. I love this guy. Really handy. Comes with the Fallout version of it as well. This one is the Cass Hand of Vengeance from the Fallout as well. If you're equipped, you die and come back, and I think this is pretty good. And yep, it's a very meme character that I really like. Yes Man draws a card. It's very a lot of politicking when you pass around. There's a lot of interaction with the table, and I really like it. And of course, this one, it's one of the early days, Warhammer 40k SLD version of this fella that discount as well. Yep, this one from Assassin's Creed, Spike in Cause, from Assassin's Creed as well. Really good. Swing incidental damage and stuff like this. Stonefort Mystic. It's, I would say, one of the card that I really feel like cutting it because it's not as flavorful, but yet at the same time it's really powerful, and I really want it inside. One of those cards that it's SLD, right? So it's not so bad. I love this one, Giggling, from the new Dusk one set as well. If you imagine, even if Kept is not around, you can get this person, this card. I mean, what am I talking about? Okay, if you get him, it all equipped up, it's so difficult for the opponent whether to swing at you, to remove it, or to try to even just one turn cycle for you to wait to attack. You can basically close up the game after that as well. So I really love this card in the Voltron deck. This card sucks in this deck because I don't run any other mouse or mice. The only thing about it is it comes into play, it creates the equipment, so it's like a 2-for-1 where you have so you have a creature and the equipment at the same time, very similar to Cassandra. And of course, because it's a race foil, it's very pretty. So yep, this is important as well in the deck. I mean, we don't need to talk about it. And of course, I have this guy. He's okay, but I like him because his name is same as mine. Okay, not really. His is more like a job. Mine is my name. So, but yeah, I got a serialized version. I really like it. Card draw, tutor, and become a body. It's amazing. This one can help you to reduce the unattached cost from Captain America. So it's great. I play Urza inside largely because with all the equipment, you can actually like a ram. Urza is like a ram in this deck. Card draw as well, historical spell, which is also one of the reasons why, besides all the artifact and equipment, I have a lot of legendary creatures to trigger it. This one is one of the standard Boros guy, 0 equipment cost. nothing to explain. And then we take a look at some of the equipment. Trying to make it meme as well, so I actually got all these swords inside. I decided to use the original Chris art because, you know, nostalgia, childhood. It's really, really, really pretty, and I really like this whole series. I love it when how even the two new swords are not done by Chris and they still pay homage and, you know, follow the cycle to complete it. The only one that they didn't, it's Wealth and Power. So I got this version instead to, you know, the silver grey version to be a bit closer to the original instead of the other art. And unfortunately, I have to change out War and Peace. You know, it's Cap, so he needs to have his shield. River Cleaver, very important in the piece for ramping in a Jeskai deck, so I love it. And we got Shadow Sphere, but the Lord of the Ring version. Oh yay, Singapore, Julian, cool. So I got him signed. You know, 1 mana in combat, activate Captain America, it just goes on to him. While it's not exactly the thing that you want to unattach to swing for a mana damage, but it's really good in terms of combat for the +10/+10. I just put in the rest of the SLD stuff, the scouting skill, this one, of course we have this from Lord of the Ring, very pretty one. Yay, Julian again. Cool. Haven't got him to sign this yet. Commander's Plate definitely don't belong into the deck, technically speaking, because it's a 3-color deck, but because of the, you know, flavor, I added it in still. This one pairs with Cassandra, and then we have this no Thor, but wrong universe as well, but it is what it is. I'm still having it here. I love this one as well. Live game, of course. This is that one card that you know, everybody talks about the moment they saw Cap, right? And of course from Warhammer as well. Okay, so that's 25 of the equipment, and then I'll go on to the rest of the things, just very small number of them. So I have 7 spells that are like the instant and sorcery. This has to be there, and this is Teferi Protection from the SLD from Sheldon. Later I'll tell you a little bit more. And of course we have this, we have Farewell, you know, it's just so cute, it has to be in there, right? And then of course Supreme Verdict. I wouldn't say it's the best card to put in, but oh come on, look at this, I have to put it in. And I don't have a lot of Azorius deck or other blue-white, so I thought it should fit in pretty well here. And of course Inventory Management, very pretty card as well. Okay, so there's 7 of those instant and sorcery, and then of course we have 7 other different artifacts that are not equipment. I love this one because every time we cast one of the swords or whatever equipment that's 3 mana and above, I actually get to create a construct. I have a game that I actually create multiple of those constructs, and they are like all like, especially with River Cleaver attacking, triggering it, you can have like with all these treasure tokens, and the constructs are just like crazy. So it's great, but I don't have a full art version, so this is the only version that I cracked from the pack, so I'm just using it. And the talisman for Ram, so I choose the Doctor Who version of it to put in for flavor. Of course the Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, and I know a lot of people like always talk about this card, it's like out of flavor, but out of favor, it's not as good and stuff, but for a 3-color deck, for, you know, just for the laugh, I think it's quite good. So I still have Chromatic Lantern in there as well. And then for the enchantment, this is one of the so-called main piece, reduce the cost, and with Pure Steel Paladin in play, when you unattach, it's as good as 1 mana. You can deal multiple damage with Excalibur to close the game up, so it's still important. Cicada's 8, yeah, of course the SLD version as well. Forge Anew, because of all the legendary creatures that I'm playing, so this is actually really good to protect them. And of course the best enchantment in the format, Ristic Study and Smothering Tithe. I know I talk about making it meme, I can remove this, but because without these 2 cards, without the engines, sometimes it's really tough for this deck to move forward, to even be like much more playable because of all the other meme cards. I have to so-called put it in to balance it as well. Okay, then for the rest, some of the land from the Fallout set, so I put most of them in. I kind of yeah, because it's pretty, so I just have them in as well. Recreate Tower, Inventors Fair. This one is from the Fallout Spire of Industry. So bear with me, the land, I wouldn't call them optimized. It's really, I'm just playing with whatever I have additional as well. So this is from Assassin's Creed, from Doctor Who, and then these are some of the additional land that I already have. So I just place them in. I mean, I'm considering putting in more of the Doctor Who, or some of these universes beyond land as well. So these are just some of the lands basic that I like. Path of Ancestry, the Triome, and these are the leftover stuff that I have. So yeah, so this is basically the 100 card. I've yet to put it onto Moxfield yet, but largely this is how I built it, and I think it's pretty fun. So it's not optimized, and also, and sometimes I like to play like I said. Sometimes I just go to the LGS and I don't want to, like bring multiple decks because it's heavy and stuff. So this deck itself, I've built so the equipment version with Captain America with a relatively oppressive ability where you can keep controlling people's board. So if you want to play with a even more casual table, I think for the last, you can play with Sheldon. So this deck also went through. So I mean, Sheldon, it's this card that supposed to be like random, right? So instead of Voltron, Cap America, you can attack whoever you want. You have this version of it where it has a little bit more of a laughs, right? Where it's just attacking people randomly in a sense, and most of the deck can still remain the same way. But however, if you want to play on the deck, I mean on the table that is slightly even more competitive than what Captain America can do, so I can actually switch it into the Ishai Jessica deck as well. So the +1/+1 casting spell, can be quite fun. I've tried this before, and to make things even more interesting, because this is 2 cards, right? So it's 101 card. So to make it like a little bit interactive for the table, what I'll do is I'll shuffle the deck and I will just flip away 1 card at random. So it can be a land, it can be a equipment, it can be anything, right? So I have built this deck with 3 different sets of commander. So effectively I can bring 1 deck to the LGS and play it almost as if it's 3 different decks. I've been enjoying a lot on how to build a deck, multiple of my decks like this, where it's the same shell or same body but with a few commanders, and with that it will have different power level or different experience, not just for myself as well as for the table as well. So yep, that's all for me. I hope I'll upload this video probably with very little to none post edit. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys like this simple deck tech video. Thank you and bye bye.